I'm going to play a track from my new album. I had some water. There's a guy doing the circuit on the underground radio scene at the moment called Chris Moyles. And he has this mission of, eventually, and he'll achieve it, is waking up the entire nation every morning with a massive, broad, assertive torrent of bullshit, accompanied by some of the worst music available to humanity. And Chris Moyles is part of what keeps us stupid. So this song's for Chris. And I hope he succeeds in his mission. Why do all the girls fancy him, doesn't it? You get really obscure heckles at poetry gigs, don't you? Wow, a cubist heckle. Garden made of snow, nothing living lies below. Hear the songbird breathing slow in a garden made of snow. 1/4 of the muddy platoon, man, and I'm not in it for the drugs and the poontang. Release songs like the coloured balloons, man. See them rise when they bump on the blue landscape. I'm rooted, but my head's in the clouds, though. Etch a message in indelible sound, bro. My letters spread around the globe like Katrina did, anti-hurricane, cause I build when my thesis hits. Still a storm, you can't shatter me in voodoo. Must travel like Huckleberry Finn used to. Sketch a picture of your mum in a tin tutu. Just to confuse you. Then I make a tune with your buttocks and hips to move to. Let your buttoned up lips get loose through the process. No need for the singer, mate. I speared Britney, then I peed in the Timberlake. Finally a little piece from a Skrilla game. The MTV screen and the titty shape zooms him up. Frame. I ate the keys to your Bimmer laid by from the speed of the interstate. Garden made of sand. Mona Lisa leads the band. They strike up when she lifts her hand in a garden made of sand. Viola solo. Loving this. It's brilliant when my friends are around me. Without breaking objects, we break boundaries. At times we do break objects and somebody calls to state mounties, but generally we make sounds with our mouthpieces. It's brilliant. The fact that these scriptures even at times make it onto CDs is double D wicked. But when you nuzzle the sweet tits of a lover when each minute fills infinity's limited. Bountiful, the beautiful views of the town that I hang around is cool. Sometimes I bike out to the downs and lounge in full sunshine. This one time I stripped down to my bouncy balls, rounded them off in the sun, then cooled off in a trout pool. That's it. At least that's what I feel I'm looking for. The flow of G and peace of which we're reading, but it's thought, but it's rawer than that. It's the time to see the deeper, the deeper sea creatures attacking a squid with black ink and livid jaws, the picked paw of the jackal, the livid roar of the grizzled bear, the armpit itch of the poet, and it's all sitting there, blood, stone, stick, soil, while you're sat listening to Chris Moyles. In a garden made of worms, new domestos kills the germs, press-ups make your pickle firm, in a garden made, oh, a garden made of worms. Another place I visited in India. Hang on a sec. Yeah. Stuff like that. Was called Auroville, and Auroville was another misguided experiment in colonialism disguised as hippie living, and it in Oroville, it's a kind of, they've got what they call a non-religious spirituality there, but it's basically a cult of this yoga guru called the Mother, which kind of gives it all away. A name that's kind of laden with mystique as the Mother. There's photographs of this woman everywhere. She looks like a frog. And in the centre of Oroville, there is a huge golden golf ball. When I say golden, I mean it is tiled with glass tiles with gold leaf in it, and it is gigantic, meters and meters high. I'm sorry that anyone involved in Oroville here. I had some lovely times. I did, and I met some beautiful people and widened my mind too. And this golf ball, they took 30, 40 years building this thing, and in the middle of the golf ball is the biggest crystal in the world, and there's these guided mirrors which guide the sunlight down through the roof onto the crystal, and it just and I thought it was the most expensive load of bollocks I've ever seen. I went outside the crystal place, having, spent hours queuing up to get in. It's free to their credit. And there was a banyan tree outside. And the banyan tree was there long before Oroville ever happened. And if no one's ever seen a banyan tree, anyone's never seen a banyan tree, it's an amazing thing. It comes up in this huge central trunk, and it sends out branches, each of which sends down its own trunk, and it can grow to such a huge sort of width that it can shelter entire villages in its shade, and it's a huge, powerful thing. I went and gave it a cuddle, as I do, for a long time, and got a lot more power from it than I ever had from the golden bollock. And this is testimony to something beyond. I'm basically an atheist, so it's kind of like an atheist prayer, but a tolerant one. And it involves your participation. When the chorus goes, "Deep in the belly, you got to watch what you worship. Chasing pennies is a very weird way to find a purpose. Get yourself a good God and get yourself free. What you call it makes no bones to me." Earrings come out. So, and when I say get yourself a good God and get yourself free, I'd love it if you lot said good God and then free with me as well. So let's try it. Get yourself a good God, get yourself free. Get yourself a good God, get yourself free. Get yourself a good God, get yourself free. Yeah, that's all that. For my mate Mike, God is called Christ. It gives him headspace among the high rises. It lends order to the muddle of his mind, sorts his troubles into sins, helps him struggle through a crisis. For Tom Tom, God is Dionysus. He prays by dropping little white hits and waits for the hurricane of light blowing rugged in his eyes, leaving puddles in his irises. For Polly, God is called Isis. She steals kisses from the night's lips. Her heart's large enough to hold the moon. She's the chorus of a soul tune. Says a little prayer like this. Deep in the belly, you got to watch what you worship. Chasing pennies is a very weird way to find a purpose. Get yourself a good God, get yourself free. What you call it makes no bones to me. No bones and no idols. I circle the cycles, instrumentals are my temples, and the mind is my Bible. I keep it wide open, let my verse flow free. Psalms spoken as an urgent poetry. Words are muscles and they break commandments. Casting them aside, let the spark of life set the dark alight. Far and wide over land and sea, my magic speaks with 1,000 mouths at the banyan tree. With all the twisted tongues that nature gives it. Without the grandiose pantyhose of the mystic who sacrifices sense at an altar shrine. What? The body's sinful and the soul's divine. Well, I've had a skinful of an older wine. I came free, now I'm going forth and multiplying. The same beast that was present at the origin of people. I'd rather one tree than a forest of cathedrals. Deep in the belly, you got to watch what you worship. Chasing pennies is a very weird way to find a purpose. Get yourself a good God, get yourself free. Get yourself a good God, get yourself free. Get yourself a good God, get yourself free. What you call it makes no bones to me. Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to stop and there's going to be an interval and then there's going to be some more of my stuff. Thank you very much. Just a quick plug, I've just finished my album as I was saying, and I've got copies for sale here. I'd love it if you came and chat to me, with your name on the mailing list, and bought an album as well. Cheers.